We were visiting Hornady in Nebraska, looking at critical defense and critical duty, and I said, same stuff, different boxes, right? Well, fortunately, Hornady's ballistic scientist, Dave Emary, was slow to take offense, but quick to offer to show me the difference and explain his patented breakthrough that started with a tube of caulk from Home Depot. The testing medium is ballistic gelatin, formulated to simulate human or animal flesh. And the FBI specification is testing through multiple layers of heavy clothing, laid up over the end of the gel block. But that's a problem for many hollow points on the market.
A lot of the personal defense loads, because they're shot in shorter barreled compact guns, don't produce quite the velocity you get out of a full-size gun. The hollow points have a lot of times trouble with the heavy clothing or any kind of clothing clogging up and they won't expand.
Dave Emary is Hornady's ballistic scientist, testing 9mm standard velocity critical defense from a short barrel compact SIG. And the clothing is no problem. Penetration and expansion as designed.
The rubber tip in the defense loads does not do that. As you can see, you've got substantial mushroom there. And this bullet gave about 11 inches of penetration and a very large wound cavity.
It was Dave's idea to keep the hollow point from clogging that was the breakthrough in bullet design.
Actually, the first time I started messing around with the concept of this was April of 1999, when I went down to the local home improvement store and bought a tube of silicone caulk and started putting it in hollow points, which is where the whole tip thing came from.
The Hornady tip and core and jacket design now produce the most effective personal defense round available.
The critical defense load is a soft core pure lead, thin jacketed, lightweight bullet for the caliber, meant for personal defense. They're designed to give optimally 11-12 inches of penetration. We don't want it exiting the target.
But then there's critical duty for law enforcement with a whole different criteria set up by the FBI.
The duty bullet and the duty load is the entire other end of the spectrum. It's meant to go through a lot of stuff, windshields, car doors, walls, you name it, and still give expansion and give at least 12 inches of penetration is what the FBI wants. Most of them are optimized to give you 14, 15 inches of penetration after going through a barrier.
The test gun is a typical duty weapon, a Glock 17. The load is standard velocity 9mm critical duty. The rubber tip in the hollow point leads through the heavy clothing, but the penetration is way different, nearly 16 inches.
Totally different bullet. Very, very heavy jacket. It's a high antimony core, hard lead core, and has the same rubber tip in it.
The secret is the core, a much harder lead, normally only used in Hornady rifle bullets. After casting into billets, the hard lead is extruded under enormous pressure as wire that will later join a heavy copper jacket to become the bullet for law enforcement. Capable of shooting through car doors, windshields, sheetrock, and everything the FBI wanted.
The actual duty bullet design, we worked on that for probably almost 6 years and found everything that didn't work until we came up with what we've got now. But yes, the FBI has told us that this has set a whole new standard for performance through their protocol test, which is the heavy clothing, the car door, car windshield, sheetrock wall, and 3/4 inch plywood.
And where critical duty is now on the job, it's working.
And there has been a number of shootings we are aware of through car doors and windshields where it is performed exactly like we say it does.
So for concealed carry, it's critical defense. And for you officers watching, it's critical duty that has blown away the FBI testing with nothing else coming close. And if your chief hasn't seen these tests and hasn't yet ordered critical duty, send me a note on department letterhead and we'll send you a copy of this show, no charge. You don't want to be on the streets without it.